Hi, welcome back. It's Debbie. I hope you're doing great. I haven't been on here for maybe close to a month or a month now. I haven't had any major changes with my health, but I've just been very fatigued. So I spend a lot of time resting. I have gone out a little bit shopping and doing other things, but I do come home and then just rest. And I just haven't had the energy to come on here and record. People that record and have a channel, I should say, they really know how it's not extremely hard. It's just all the little things, the preparation it takes to record. And if I can't do it the way I want to do it, then I just don't do it. So anyway, I'm going to be doing my January favorites. I did not do December or my favorites of 2013. I was planning on doing it, but then my health just wasn't cooperating. So I'm going to start off anew and welcome you a little late to 2014 and show you the products that I reach for the most this month of January 2014. Now, some of them are old finds, that I've had in my makeup collection, and I just pulled them out again, I should say, and really enjoyed them. And some of them, a couple of them are new things. Okay, let's start with the skincare. I went for a facial a few weeks ago and I really enjoyed the experience. I had not had a facial since the early 90s. I know that's terrible, but I just didn't make time for it, and I just didn't feel up to it a lot of times. So my husband gave me a gift certificate for a few treatments, and I went for a facial. And after it, the anesthetician, who was absolutely fabulous, recommended some products, and I thought that I would buy one of the products that she recommended, and this is by Aveda. Now, I went to an Aveda salon, and it's the same salon that I go to get my hair cut, and then colored sometimes. This is the Aveda Botanical Kinetics Exfoliant. It removes dull surface cells, and this is 5 fluid ounces, and I believe it cost me about $20, but it's really worth it because I've been using it for a couple weeks now, and you can see I haven't really used much. And what the anesthetician told me to do is to use toner on my face during the day, in the morning I should say, and then when I'm doing my night skincare to use this. And you just take a cotton ball or pad, I prefer like the round ones, and just kind of go like that and go all over. Once in a while I feel like I need a little bit more, so I dab it in again and maybe put it in the areas that I feel are a little drier. Now, my skin tends to be kind of combo skin, where I'll get a little oily and I'll get a little dry, or I'll be normal and dry, or normal and oily. It's like all over the place, and this works really good for it. Okay, second skincare item is something that I had seen on a few blogs, read on a few blogs, and I don't think I've seen it here yet on YouTube, or at least on the channels that I watch. And when I was looking over at this at Sephora, the sales girl came up to me and she said, "Oh, that is a fantastic mask you're looking at," and she told me how to use it, and I did everything that she said, and I just love it. Now, I've only used this twice, but it is really a favorite of this month because it's just such a great product. It's by the company First Aid Beauty, and it's the Skin Rescue Purifying Mask with red clay, and it minimizes pores, controls oil, and mattifies. Now, and it also says safe for sensitive skin, which I love. Now, as far as the mattifying, it didn't really mattify for me, but that's okay because I don't mind a little bit of the oil to kind of seep through, or for my skin to be a little bit oily. I don't want it to be like a grease pit, but it never really gets like that. But it did such a great job. It just like I feel like somebody was like digging out my pores of the gunk that was in there. And this is the type of mask that you wash your face and you let it, you kind of damp dry it, but let a little bit of the water still stay in your face, and you rub a minimum amount all over. Don't get into your eyes, of course. And I would say be careful of the nose area because it's not a strong scent, but I think if you have sensitivities that it could bother you a little bit in the nasal area. Okay, and if you can see, I'm just going to squeeze up. It's sort of like a red, it is red, like a maroon color, and it's like a gel consistency. And you rub it all over. You sit for about 20-30 minutes. I think I sat for 20 minutes. And you just, once you feel that everything is dry, then you peel it off. And what I did is I peeled it off, and then I just took a cotton swab with the toner that I use, which I should have brought it out here, but it is a witch hazel. And I just kind of go all over, make sure that there's no remnants of this mask. And this mask costs $30, but by the size of it and how much you need, which is very little, this will last me a long time. So I really, really love that. Okay, now let's go on to some makeup products. My favorite palette of January 2014 was the Lorac Pro palette, and I'm sure all of you or most of you have seen this. This is the one where the top is matte and the bottom is shimmer, but it's not, you know, like disco ball shimmery. I will be honest, when I first purchased this, I wasn't that thrilled with it. I thought that there was a lot of fallout, but I soon learned that you just have to have a light hand at it, not to really like get in there with a brush. Just kind of tap your brush and then go on and kind of tap it on. And even when you're blending, just use a light hand. And this is a great palette because the colors are just beautiful. And for me, they seem to last a long time. Even if I don't use a primer, I don't necessarily have to use a primer, and sometimes I don't. This also came with a little primer. I don't have it near me, so and it works pretty good, but I actually prefer to use like a paint pot. The MAC paint pot and Painterly works really good with that. Okay, now foundation. As those of you that have watched my channel for a while now, you probably realize that I'm pretty much a foundation junkie. I really love foundation, love trying out foundation, and I'm always looking for the holy grail if there is such one. Two foundations that one that I repurchased in a better color, and one that is a new one to me, were the ones that I reach for the most. And the first one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is a favorite of a lot of people here. I really like this foundation. It goes on smooth and it dries. On me, if I put moisturizer and then put a primer, it won't really dry matte, which I like. Now, I think that if you just use like a mattifying primer and you put this on, it will dry matte. It depends on the type of finish that you like. I like more of a satin finish, and I get that by making sure that my face is really moisturized good and that I use a primer that's not necessarily a mattifying primer. And just for reference, the color that I purchased now that works the best for me is 2C1. And I am wearing it now. It does a great job at covering the redness that I have and a little bit of the darkness that I get from having lupus. And I just really like it a lot. Another one I purchased is more of a real glowy foundation, but it does have a great coverage to it. And this is the Smashbox Liquid Halo HD foundation, and this is oil-free, SPF 15 broad spectrum, and my color in this is the number 3. And this is a really nice foundation if I don't want such a full on coverage, but I want a coverage that covers what I need to cover. If you ask me which one of these I like the best, right now they're a tie. I like them equally because the way I use them. But if I didn't use a primer and maybe accidentally used a mattifying primer, I would definitely like this one better because it gives you a glow. This one, I help it to have a glow by doing what I said I did with the moisturizer and such. Okay, concealer. I've been really liking this Maybelline Fit concealer. It's just one of these liquid ones, comes with a doe foot applicator. My color to this is light medium, and I only use this on my eyes, and then I use a little bit here for highlighting here and down my nose, and it works terrific. I like to use my beauty blender or my Real Techniques sponge to blend in my concealer. And sometimes if I really want to take my time, I will use either one of these for my foundation. So I should have pulled these out because these are two favorites too, and I'm sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder. This is the beauty blender, and I've just washed these so they're pretty like soft. And this is the Real Techniques, I don't know what they call it, some kind of sponge, miracle sponge. And if you ask me which one I like the best, I'll tell you the truth, I like them both equally, but this one is cheaper. So if I was trying to save a little money, I would purchase this, and if I had some extra money, I would purchase this one. So those are equally nice, and they do give your face a beautiful when you use your foundation, I should say, it gives your face a beautiful finish, and if you have any dry patches, it just kind of moisturizes them because you do wet them before and then squeeze them out. Or what I do is just lightly roll it in a towel, and it takes off the right amount of water for me. Okay. Next thing that I've really been enjoying is the Sonia Kashuk cream bronzer, and the color that I bought was 41 Warm Tan, and this is a really nice product. It has a sponge underneath there, which I don't use for that because I wouldn't be putting it on like foundation. Looks like this, and it goes really good with my skin tone. And what I like to use with this one is one of the Real Techniques brushes. This is the buffing brush, and I just swirl it around, and I will either contour or just kind of put it all over, or the outer perimeters, and then a little bit on my cheekbones, a little bit on my nose, and I'm all set. Next thing that I have rediscovered, but in a different color, is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. And this is the, what do you call this, a liquid eyeliner. It has a really nice tip so that I can get in there and do my top lash line, and you kind of shake it to get more of the liquid. I have used this in the brown, and I like the brown a lot. I'm done with the brown, and I was at CVS recently, and they were having a big sale on Physician Formula, so I picked up the black, and I really have been enjoying it. An eyeshadow that is new to me, even though I have a lot of MAC shadows, I did not have the Omega. And what I wanted to purchase that for was not my eyebrows because they're too dark, but for a blending color, or for just if I was going for a light makeup look, to put this in my crease and make it more give me more of a crease. I have a little bit of a hooded eye, but I still have a lot of room here, so I can get that in there, and it just pushes back the little puffiness that I have there. Really like this color. It's a matte color. It doesn't really look like much in the pan, but when you put it on, it's really nice. And even there, it doesn't do it justice. It's sort of like a brownish gray, very pretty, and it's not something that I had in my collection, so really wanted to get that. two eyeliners, two eyeshadows that I've recently discovered at the drugstore, and they are by Rimmel. They are the Scandalize, and these are the Scandalize eyeshadow paint. And I have both of these on my eyes today, and what I did is I opened up this one, and this comes with like a skinny little doe foot. I put it on the bottom movable part of my lid, and then I took my finger and blended it. Now I've been playing around with these, and I've realized or discovered that using your fingers is the best way to blend these. It's okay with a brush, but I prefer my fingers. And then what I did is I took this color, which is called Pomegranate. Oh, and I didn't tell you this color. This is called Slate Gray. It's 002. There we go. And this is Pomegranate. And I put this into the crease and then kind of tapped it out. And then I took a blending brush and just finished out blending it. And I really like the way that looks. These are really cool because they are very wet when they go on, but they dry just in enough time for you to play with them and kind of blend them out. They dry to like a powdery consistency. Okay, I purchased a new MAC Mineralize lipstick this month, and I really love it. It is the color Everyday Diva, and it's a orangey red, which is perfect for me any time of the year, but if you live up north, this is really pretty spring color. It's very emollient. It makes your lips feel really moisturized. I would put it on now, but I have another color and I don't want to ruin that, but I really like that. That's called Everyday Diva. And after I purchased it, I've been reaching for it a lot. Another lipstick that I've had for a while, that's a Dior, and I don't know which type these are. They're the Dior Addict, and I cannot read the color, but it's 797. And this is a really pretty, like a reddy plum. I'll put that next to it. It's sheer, sort of like the lip butters. And this is the one I thought had on. But it just feels so good on your lips. Really love it. I thought I would check out the little mini bottom lash line mascara by Clinique, and they didn't have the black, but I'm glad that they didn't when I went. I bought the brown black, I think this is, and I really like it to get those little tiny lashes that are hard to reach, or that the other brushes on mascara are just too big to reach and you just get it all over your eye, under eye here. Really nice little product. It costs 10 bucks. So if you don't like it, it's not like the worst thing. You're not spending a ton of money. And also Sephora does take returns. So, okay, last couple of things and I will be done with my January 2014. It's still so weird to be saying that. I have found again my Melba blush by MAC. And this is a matte color. And it's really pretty. It's looking more pink in the camera, but I think it's because of the color I have behind me. But it's more of a peachy pink, leaning more to the peach tone. And I have it on today, and I really like it a lot. It's one of those blushes that I find goes with just about every lipstick. Any lipstick I wear, this goes really well. And I love MAC blushes because they have really unique colors and they stay on very nicely. I'm looking at my table to make sure that I didn't. Oh, I have one more blush to show you and then I'll be done. I bought the Chanel creamed powder blush maybe in October, November, or when they first came out, and this one is in the number 64 Inspiration. And this is sort of a dusty rose color. That's pretty much what it looks like in person. And it's really pretty. It goes on really nice. I like to use something like this MAC 130, which is a stippling brush, or I have the Real Techniques behind me, the Real Techniques stippling brush, and I just like to dip it in there and then just kind of, here, I just like to dip it in there and just go like this, and I'm using this mirror, and it really does go on really pretty like that. And I found that with this blush, you really, sorry I didn't have it in the camera, in the camera. This blush you can't put on too much. It's just such a pretty color that it's buildable, but I found that it's almost impossible to put too much unless you're sitting there for days, which you're not going to be doing. So this is highly recommended if you want to try one of their cream to powder blushes. And I don't find that they dry to be so powdery where they are like cakey or just not nice looking. I love the finish on these. Now I have two flops for the month, and they're both by the same cosmetic company, and they're by CK1. CK1 is sold at Ulta, and I went for a little, I was there shopping, and they had, you know, like the CK1 representatives, and I don't know if I talked about this before. If I have, I'm sorry. I bought a foundation. I didn't like their liquid foundation. It just, on my skin, felt very heavy, and it didn't blend the way I like foundations to blend, so I returned that. And then I had purchased this blush, and some people don't like it when they have the cream and the powder. It doesn't really bother me, but what bothers me is that when she put it on in the store, it really looked really nice and kind of warmed up my skin. But when I use it at home, I just can't get that same effect. And if you see here, the powder, which feels creamy, which is weird, there's not that much payoff on it. So what I've been doing with this one, just to kind of keep it, is the cream part here, I've been using it to contour my cheeks. And the writing on here is so small, but it is the number, here, it's 200 Grace. Now maybe in a color that I would like more, I'd like it, I'm not sure, but I don't know if I really want to buy one of these again. Also, the thing that annoyed me was I never dropped it, but when I came home, there was this big crack, if you can see that, in the top, and that was just kind of annoying. And the next thing that I purchased from CK1, which I love the color, but the consistency has gotten so horrible, and you can see that. This is one of their lipsticks, and it is in the color, I think it's called Mirage, number 120, something like that. I should have brought my reading glasses. It's a real pretty, and I'll swatch it for you, but you'll see how it kind of gets, well, you can't really see, but the color's gorgeous. It just gets real like clumpy in the tube, and our house is always very cool, and we don't really have to put the heat on that often, so it hasn't been in the in a hot house where it would get melty. So what I think I'm going to do with this, I'll probably deep hot it into just a little container, and then I'll use it with a lip pencil, and I think it'll work out better for me. Like I said, the color is just gorgeous, but I don't like the formulation in the tube. It just melts and gets gunky. You can't really see in there, but it just gets all gunky. So long story short, it gets gunky. I think that's everything I have to show you for the month of January. I hope that you all are doing really well. And I have one question for you. On my Instagram, which I always leave the link down in the information section, or in the like profile page, and on Twitter, I tweeted and Instagram that I'm planning a giveaway, and I wanted some ideas, and I've gotten some really nice ideas, but I would like some more ideas of what you would like to win. I want to make this giveaway something that it's not something that you don't want, it's something that you do want. So if you can just jot down below in a comment or send me a private message or respond on Instagram or tweet me and just let me know what are some of the things that you would love to receive if you won a giveaway. Okay, well, that's about it for now. I'm going to probably record maybe one more video. So if you see me in the same outfit and everything, I'm recording on the same day. Hope that you're all doing very well. It's been really nice to get back to recording, and I'm going to try to do a little bit, maybe 2-3 days a week. I will record a couple videos and get them uploaded for you because it is such a nice interaction, and I love watching the videos of the girls that I watch and a couple of the men, and I love that interaction, and recording and being in the videos is really great. And I also would like to give a special hello and much love to 2 special people, actually 3 and more, that live up north in Chicago, and they know who they are. I love you all and I miss you. I know you watch my channel, and I just wanted to send you kisses and hugs and hope to see you all soon. And to the rest of you, have a great day, night, morning, whatever time it is you're watching. And if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to leave them down below. Bye-bye.